want you right here in the world.
Yeah. Everyone, so I've been getting some questions from a few persons as to how I bleach my hair, how I took my hair from this to this in one go, and subsequently this shade in the second. Now today I'm gonna be doing a colored version, so I'm gonna be adding some color because I'm trying to recreate this look. And so I'm gonna take you through the process, not step by step, but I'm gonna be showing you the products that I use and telling you best practices. So one of my favorite products to use at the moment is the L'Oreal Technique Quick Blue, High Performance Quick Blue. I don't know if I'm reading this right, and it's extra strength, and it's for on and off scalp application. So this is what it looks like. The powder is almost purple, and I go in with my Clairol Professional Pure White 40 Volume Developer. I used to use 20, 30. I found that 40 works best with my hair because I have coarse hair, so my hair needs like extra strength, or it needs a stronger base, a stronger cream base, in order to be lifted as quickly as I want it. But you can definitely take your hair from black all the way to blonde, and all you have to do is mix these two to a creamy consistency. I'll show you pictures or videos. So you mix this to a creamy consistency and you apply it all over your head. Once it is applied, you want to go in and you want to comb through and make sure that the product is all the way on your scalp. It's best if you wear gloves because it has a tendency of going inside your cuticle and kind of burning. So it's best if you're going to touch your hair to wear gloves, but you can definitely do this by yourself. If you have finer hair, I would suggest that you use 20 developer, or you can use the whiter powder, basic white, which we normally use. This I had to go up with because I needed my hair to be platinum. Alright, so this is blue. And then as soon as it is thoroughly applied to your hair, as in all the way through, you're gonna put on your steam cap. Very important. So the steam cap that I use is a black one. It's a little bit thicker than the traditional yellow, blue, red ones that we normally buy in the pack. And once I put that on, I leave that on for an hour and a half. Now the first time I did it for an hour and 20 minutes. So after it lifted, I kind of lessened the time. I went to like an hour, but always do it more than 45 minutes. An hour to an hour and a half, and that's what's recommended on this packet. And once you do that, your hair is going to be lifted all the way to platinum. I already applied the color just to see if I like it, but that's not what I'm showing you. I had some perm ends on my hair because I cut my hair from the pixie. I just kind of cut it off, so I still had some straight ends, and I applied the bleach to my relaxed hair, and that's why some of my ends are actually straight, and otherwise it's because of how I do my hair. So I'm going to show you what I put in my hair afterwards. So I've been raving about this product for years. If you watched my YouTube video that I did a couple years back when my hair was blonde and when it was much longer than this, I used to do a lot of finger wave, and this is the gel that I would always use to hold it down. This is the Wetline Extreme Pro Expert, and this has aloe vera. This doesn't give you any residue, and for blonde hair this gel is perfect. If I want my hair to be curly, I normally just go with the Eco Styler gel, but if I want my hair to be pasted down and flat, I normally just go in with this and I tie it down. Recently I've been applying leave-in by, let me show you the leave-in. So recently I have been using the Ultra Sheen Supreme Ultra Moisturizing Styling and Setting Lotion. I probably need to find a bottle of this, but this came in our cream kit that I bought right before I cut my hair. I bought a kit to relax my hair, so I took this from it. It's a long-lasting roller set, so it wraps and it has maximum body and bone. So this gives my hair, because it's in liquid form, I can definitely just put it on my hair when it's wet. It goes on really nicely. I then go in with my Cream of Nature Argan Oil Style and Shine Foaming Mousse. I love this mousse. My mother is the one who actually she made me fall in love with Cream of Nature. She has been talking about Cream of Nature since I was a little girl. So when I got older, I started to look for products that my mother used to talk about. Weird, but everything that my mother used on herself or she used for me, I tried to ensure that I got those for my kids and me as well. So this is what I use, and I absolutely love this one. I love this mousse. I also really love the Nairobi. And once you've, as I said, once you've applied the product and you put the steam cap on and you leave it on, these are what I apply to my hair afterwards to hold my hair. But before I get to that point, I have to wash my hair. So I like to wash my hair with, so I like to go in with the Ultra Sheen Supreme Ultra Moisturizing Dual Purpose Neutralizing Shampoo with Color Alert. So what this does is that once the chemical is still in your hair, the suds are going to come up this color, very pink, right? So I use this just to get the product out of my hair, and then I go in with my regular shampoo and I wash my hair all the way out. So when I'm done, it's really dry. So that's why I like to go in with a moisturizing mousse on my hair, and as well as the lotion, just to give it a little bit of moisturization, and then I go on with my gel just to keep it down, so it's not just open and exposed, but it has something to protect it. All right, so this has coconut oil and olive oil and vitamin E, and this is an anti-breakage shield. So again, this came in the relaxer kit. When I buy my relaxer kits, I don't just finish off everything one time. I like to save back some of my stuff to use for, you know, other applications, because I know how I am. So yeah, but you can use any neutralizing shampoo that has, you know, moisturizing properties, especially if you're bleaching your hair. In this case, you need that. Now after I've done that, I normally just go in with my, well, it's interchangeable, the order, but I go in with my Clear Oil Professional, which is the same brand as the Fenty Developer, and I use my Shimmer Lights Blonde Toning Shampoo. Now the packaging has changed from, you know, how it used to look years ago, but this is my all-time favorite go-to product. I always have this. This is how I get my platinum, because it rinses out the bronze out of my hair, and as you see, my hair is really white. All right, so this is what I go in. Be careful not to leave this on too long, because it can stain your hair, unless that's the look that you're going for. If you want it to have a purple tint, you can definitely leave this on for about 5 to 10 minutes, and it is going to actually give your hair like a very gray look or purple. It depends on your hair type and texture. And then I go in with my TRESemmé 24-hour volume collagen and peptide shampoo. Really and truly, when it comes to the TRESemmé shampoos, I normally just go for either anti-breakage, volume, or moisturizing. Those are the three that I gravitate to. So it's always volume, moisturizing, or anti-breakage. And then here I have my anti-breakage TRESemmé conditioner. So, you know, my shampoos always run out before my conditioner, so they normally match, but this one I have both, so that's good. I have both anti-breakage and volume, and you know, it's interchangeable. I put this on last, and sometimes I don't really even use conditioner. I use it if I'm gonna like wash my hair in the week and I'm not using any product, then I go in, but I don't like to have too much on my hair when I'm gonna go in to set the first time. So now to add the color, we are gonna be trying this product. This is my first time this is not my first time trying the brand, but this is my first time trying this particular hair dye. So this is the Avatar semi-permanent dye. It has no peroxide, no sulfates, and no ammonia. It's vegan. It has argan oil. And the color is 607 or Pixie, and they're saying with dark colored hair you have to lighten the color first with a bleaching product, and then you can apply the product on dry hair or slightly damp hair after shampooing and rinsing it. All right, so this is supposed to be left on for 10 to 15 minutes, and after waiting the required period, you're supposed to rinse your hair thoroughly until the flushing water becomes clear. Shampoo the hair and style as you wish. So I'm just gonna put this into my routine. So this is the smaller bottles, really cute and inexpensive, and so we're gonna try this out today because we're recreating this style. Applying it, I use the comb for the edges, but to apply it to the center of my hair, I put the product in the middle of my palm and I rub my palm into my hair. I don't use my fingertips because I learned my lesson, and I don't like using gloves. I feel like gloves waste a lot of the product, so just be careful. If you can't manage like this, you can definitely go ahead and wear gloves if you don't have a problem wearing gloves. But for me, I don't like wearing gloves when I'm doing these applications. I don't know if it's because the gloves normally fit me bigger and it just feels like I'm wasting product. It feels like it does nothing for me. So maybe that's why. My hands are tiny, so a lot of the times the gloves kind of get in my way. I use the comb for application. Now you want to use a very fine rat tail comb or tail comb, or you know, whatever you want to call it, and you want to apply it to the front and pull back, not the other way around. You want to be able to control how far the product goes to your hairline and actually apply it there. Okay, just gonna pile on the product here, especially in the center of the head. You want to ensure that you have a good amount of product there. We're gonna go through the hair and comb the hair. Right now my hair is full of gel and leave-in and mousse and everything. And another thing, make sure you're wearing clothes that you don't mind getting dirty. For me, it's best if you wear white because this actually will bleach your clothes out. I had a pants, it fell on the pants turned pink, and the pants is a blue pants. So I'm just letting you know, be very mindful of the fact that this can bleach your clothes out. It's very strong. On the packet, it does tell you what you can do for whatever application. So if it's, you know, if it's virgin hair, they advise that you use a 20 or 30 developer and leave it on. For me, as I told you, I want my hair to like be lifted from one stage to the next really quickly, and my hair can take it because my hair is really coarse. It's a lot stronger. I can't even use regular relaxer. I have to use the ones that other persons can't use because it will burn them. That's the one that I have to use to process my hair. So I have a stronger hair texture. So, and I applied a little bit of pomade to the back of my head because I did do a little bit of shaving in the week and I don't want it to burn my skin. So you can definitely go in with some petroleum jelly or whatever you have, hair oil, whatever you have. And I'm just gonna ensure that all the product is in my hair. Try not to, as best as possible, try not to get this product under your nails. And when you after you use your hand, please to use this part. Don't use your nails to put it in. Don't put it on like this. Use the palm of your hand. Once you've done that, you want to make sure that you wash with a brush, with a nail brush, washing brush, whatever brush. You need to wash under your fingers with a brush. If this gets into your cuticle, I'm telling you, pain in every language. Right, so just gonna press this into the scalp Okay, leave it on a little bit for it to just melt, and while that happens, I'm just gonna go through and I'm gonna comb and make sure that my hair strand is coated properly with the product. Because my hair is already white, I'm not expecting too much. I'm just ensuring that it is fully coated. So what I'm doing now is just coating the hair properly. Be careful when combing not to lose your product. And please, I'm telling you, if this is your first time, use gloves, okay? It's not, the pain isn't, it's not nice. It's a stinging pain under your fingernails. As far as it can go, it will go there. To get rid of that pain, I had to dip my finger in cuticle oil for a little while and just bear it for it to go away. It's not nice. Okay, so if this is your first time, please be extra cautious until you are comfortable. Then you can take the chances and the risk. But do whatever is comfortable for you, and if you can't do it, go to a professional or just go to somebody who knows what they're doing. So as you can see, my scalp is black. I have to do this process about every 2 weeks or so, because my hair starts growing back out before my hair starts growing back in a week's time. So I often have no choice but to bleach it every 2 weeks just to get the roots to be lighter. I'm just combing through, and then I'll target some areas. You want to make sure the hair is coated, and this is why we put it under the steam cap. Because first of all, my hair has a ton of product, and so it's gonna take a little while for the chemicals to really start penetrating the hair. And what you could do is, before you bleach, you can wash whatever product out of your hair and use on clean hair. I suggest you wash your hair about 2 days before you decide to bleach it, just to make sure that there isn't much product in it. But the product being in it also helps with the processing time, so it ensures that your hair isn't over processed. So as you comb through, the product is gonna start puffing up, and it's gonna seem as though it increased in volume, but really it's just the activation of the product. Once the bleach powder mixes with the developer, it often just rises. It's almost like yeast. So it just kind of gets really puffy. And I'm not gonna bleach my eyebrows, no. I would, but I can't bother. What I like to do is I just like to go in, if I want to get that look, there is a pencil that I normally use to lighten my brows. But I like my brows to be a little bit darker just because I have black eyelashes, and so I need the colors in my face to be harmonious. Maybe if I was a guy, I would definitely, you know, do that, but or whatever. I'm not trying to make a statement. I'm gonna leave this on for about an hour. So I'm gonna do some laundry and so on. Just do something. Go and do some chores. Time it. Put a time on your phone. You leave this on for an hour to an hour and a half, and you have to watch your hair. Alright. We have a few strands of hair moving around, which is perfectly normal. If you see chunks of your hair coming out, then you possibly need, which is why I'm gonna advise, if you're doing this for the first time, You can possibly start with 30 developer. You can start with a 30 developer. I think that's cool, and that's in the middle. But for me, I've had enough experience to know that the 40 works for me. So if you're not sure what will work for you, start at 30 and work your way up. The 30 is still gonna do the job, let me tell you. It's still gonna do the job, but if you know you're somebody who you're not sure what you're doing, leave leave the stronger stuff alone. All right, so now that my hair is fully coated, and I can go ahead now and I can clean my ears off, but I'm going to try to get my hands washed before the product seeps into my fingers and burn the heck out of me. Make sure you get behind your ears, okay? Make sure you bleach those hairs behind you. Make sure you go over your hairline. So my hairline is about here, I'm going beyond it. You make sure you do that, all right? Because what you don't want is for your hair to be bleached and then be lined with the tiny black hairs. That just, no, that's not good. After I've done this, I can definitely go to the barber, get a line up, whatever. But for me, it's not a here nor there whether I get a line up or not. I'm good. I'm cool. I've lived this life before and I know what works for me, so I'm all right. By the way, to answer your question or your intrusive thought, you are not supposed to go under the dryer with this to speed up your time. Oh, I don't have an hour and a half. I wonder if I can go under the dryer for about 20 minutes. No. If you go under the dryer for 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, when you take this off, you'll have no hair. This is a chemical process. All right? The same reason that we don't, well, I don't know if persons go under the dryer with a relaxer. The same reason why we shouldn't or don't go under the dryer with a relaxer. You can go under the dryer with the hair dye, you know, but I would not suggest with this. And on the packet it does say, I know some persons when they buy a product, they tend to just wing it, or they tend to listen to other persons and not actually read the product itself. Every product is different, so you have to ensure that you read the manufacturer's instructions. The same thing with my products, Montu Cute Beauty. You have to read the instructions for use. Persons aren't reading the instructions and then they're like, oh, Monica, read. There is a reason why I add instructions to all the products, because I want you to read. It's fundamental, all right? And if you can't read, please ask someone to read it for you. But it is super duper important that you follow the manufacturer's instructions when using a product. Every single product is different. Even if it's something similar to what you know, it's still, you need to read to see if they are telling you to do something different, okay? So what I like to do is I like to push the hair out of the cap, and that is just gonna ensure that I have a bit of steam, because what I really want is for the product to puff up by itself. I'm gonna time this. I'm gonna leave it in for, I think I've already gone about 5 minutes, so I'm gonna leave it in for an hour, yeah, or close to an hour, whenever I feel like it's burning. For me, this is not virgin hair, so it is going to process a lot faster. So once I feel it tingling or burning in a way where I can't deal with it anymore, that's when I typically wash it out. And I did wash my nails with a brush just to ensure that I got the residue off. You want to rinse it off and then you want to scrub. You don't want it to get on your nails, especially when you have on acrylic. It's crazy, burns. So I want you guys to know that my hair is fried. So these end parts that are, you know, really, they're always exposed to the bleach first. And that's where I would have had the relaxer. Yeah, so I just washed it with the purple shampoo, and the purple shampoo literally just dyed it. I just literally washed it. I didn't even leave it on, and it literally dyed it just because it is so white. It is like super duper white. So as you can see, my roots are still a little bit brassy. So I could have gone in a little bit more with the bleaching. It could have stayed on longer, but I really didn't want to put my ends through so much. So you can see it was almost like just the ends of my hair that got the product on it. In other areas, the root is not so, you know, so bronze, but I'm thinking because here would have probably had in a lot of product, it took a longer time to get to the roots. So I'll probably have to cut my hair, or I'll probably just have to do precise application, like just target these areas only. And I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I'm either gonna do that or cut down my hair so that it reaches, or bleach my hair when it's clean. Alright, so as you know, this is the inspiration. Now based on the orientation of the picture, I'm gonna say that the color is coming from here, and I normally part my hair on this side anyways. I started wearing it this way the other day, and I think it looked cute. So I don't know, I might just use, this is what I mean by fried. That's literally here. This white thing that you see is here. So the hair that got damaged of the ends is literally coming out. It feels really soft, like sea moss. So that's here, okay? So it's fried. It's fried. All right, so I'm gonna be applying the pink from here in a cascading way and then towards the end. So here goes nothing, and I'm just kind of eyeballing this. So I'm gonna be using the bottle as my applicator. So just gonna be applying the pink from here, and I'm gonna be putting it on. Now the consistency of this is almost like a gel, so that's pretty cool. I don't think it's gonna take long. All right, so this is what it looks like. So I'm going to quickly add all of my styling. I'm gonna quickly add all of my styling stuff to my hair. So to style, I'm gonna add the styling lotion. I'm gonna be adding this Cream of Nature foam, and I'm gonna go in with my wet liner gel, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like. When you've added all three, you should get like a really thick cream on the hair. So this is pretty stiff right now. So I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna style and allow the gel. The gel is what is gonna dry down quickly, and it's gonna give maximum hold to the style. Go through the office door. Can I get a kiss? There you go. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna add some gel closer towards the edges because that's where most of my natural hair is, especially at the sides, and I don't want it to curl up. My hair is gonna curl all the way up. What I want is for this to be very sleek. You can go in with a hairbrush. I personally like the washing brush, a very soft washing brush, because I don't know, it's coarse, so it gets the job done. If you have a very coarse hairbrush, you can also use that. I'm coming. But you need a coarse brush. Go ahead, Michael. And you just want to do that. Now before I go in and swirl, I'm gonna allow it just to dry out just a little bit, probably about 2 minutes. And then I go in and I manipulate the direction, because what I don't want to do is to move it right now and then have it curl up. I need it to paste it down a little bit in position, and then I open up with my finger wave technique. And I'll show you guys how I do finger wave on myself. So I love how the pink cascades into the white. If I don't want to put a part here, you're gonna see it's gonna look so good. Right, so now that it's air dried, probably a minute, I'm gonna go in and show you guys. So this is the center of my head. I can't see the back just yet. It's still a little bit wet. But if I need to get it a little bit stiff, I can always go in with some more gel if it's necessary for me to do so. So with the finger wave, what you want to do is you want to swoop it away from your finger, and you want to rest your finger in the space. I'm hoping that you can see in a minute. Now you can see my bronze areas peeping through, which I never really wanted, but I would have run the risk of, you know, damaging more of my hair if I left it on too long, and today is not the day for that. I just don't want to be bleaching my hair too often. Alright, so another thing I like to do, so how I'm gonna do the curls this time around is I want it to be sleek, and I don't want the bronze to be showing. So you want to go in a sweeping motion, opposite direction. Some people like do the finger waves really tight. I haven't mastered that just yet. I'm not a professional. My hairdresser, she can do that really well. She does it so good. It's so neat. But alright guys, so this is my curl pattern. It's already started to dry, and I'm gonna tie it down, but I want to tie it down when it's almost dry, if that makes sense. If you tie it down while it's wet, it depends on what you tie it down with. So if I tie it down with my scarf while it's wet, it's gonna suck all the moisture out, and when I take it up, it's gonna like lift my hair and move my hair around, and I literally only have an hour to let this dry. So my best bet is to allow it to air dry for a while and then tie it down when it's already taken its form. So what that's going to do is just push it in place once it has its shape. So because of the presence of the gel, it is going to dry down a little bit different, air dried opposed to just the mousse. You have something that's going to really hold it and stick it on to your scalp while it dries, opposed to the mousse, which the mousse works really, for me, it works on my hair when my hair is relaxed. When my hair is like this and it's curly, I need the gel to keep it in place while it sets. So I'm gonna allow it to dry for a minute or two, probably about 5 minutes, air dry. And then once it feels like semi-crunchy, have the sides drying right now, and I can feel it kind of tightening. Once I feel like it's tightening, like I can't really turn my head so much, or you know, then that's the time when I'm gonna be putting my scarf over it, and then I'm gonna be using my Durax. I'm gonna go in with a short silk scarf, and then I'm gonna go on top with a Durag, and I'm gonna tie that on, not too tight because I don't want any lines in my forehead, and that's just gonna keep the style together and really sleek. So this is the curl pattern. I need to use my comb to fix this right now. Alright, so I got my comb. So one thing that I've learned about doing the finger wave, or some persons call it push wave, is you have to hold the comb in a position where you're literally pushing it. If I hold the comb the opposite direction and I'm pulling it to me, it's a lot harder to style. I have to go a little bit wider and all of them things. So if you really want it to have like a tighter curl pattern, or I don't know the words to use in this position, but let me show you. If I was supposed to push it, you see? If I was to pull it, what if I push it? You see, it's just, it works out better. So in this case, it's best to push. And I'm just pushing it up a little bit so that I get that side curl right there. I don't know what that is called. You want to push everything one place first, and then you want to go below and kind of just change the orientation of the bottom half, not entirely the whole thing, because then that's when you get that's when it doesn't work out. Right, so I'm gonna flatten this a little bit, just play around with this a little bit until I get the pattern that I want. This probably needs a little bit more product because I can see my hair lifting off the scalp. When you're doing this, your hair needs to be molded. Your hair needs to be molded down. So I'm just gonna add more gel and just stick that in. Even if I use excess, the comb will kind of take it out. So you see how smooth that is? Yeah, so that's what you really want. And I'm doing the push wave all the way over the top of my head. I'm not parting my hair or anything like that. So you see how smooth that is? And then you just want to push to the side. You want to open that out, so where the hair is kind of just meeting, kind of bundling up. What you want to do is, you see, gently use the comb on top to kind of guide the hair strands after I put them into position. So you always want to have your comb in a push position and not necessarily a pull. That's why some persons call it push wave, because that's the motion. Okay, so the gel really does keep it down, and I love it so much. This area is already dried, so I would literally have to peel that up off my scalp. It's already crunchy. So when you have enough product, it is super smooth. And right here, I'm just moving the comb very gently across the hair strand because I don't want it to move what I already have. I just want to guide what's left, you know, what I have that needs direction. And you can see the gel on the tip of the comb. So if you use a very fine teeth comb, then you don't have any problem moving the product around. Look at that. So if I want, I could do like 1,000 swirls right here right now. Like, I could do a swirl here. Not 1,000, but you get the picture. I could do a swirl here. I could do a swirl here. But I don't want a swirl. I want it to be cohesive. I just want waves. I just want waves. If you want interest, you have to push a piece against another. Just pulling this out a little bit and then going back. Look at that. Amazing. Look at that. So good. Then right here, I'm just gonna wipe that off. Look at that. As I said, right here is already dried. See, you heard that? That's crunch. and that's just the mixture of all the products together. The lotion really does have a hold to it, as liquidy as it is. It really does pack a punch when it comes to holding the hair down. And then the mousse, and of course the extra strong gel, so you're not gonna run away from that crunch. Right, if you want a good hold, use all the products that you have. That's the extra strong hold. Just put them together and trust me, you would have made a concoction that is super powerful at holding your hair down. For persons with thinner hair, they can definitely get away with a more lightweight product, but for me and my thick hair, I need extra hold, baby. Right, but what I'm trying to do is close up the gap that I'm seeing here. I don't want no gaps, see? So I'm trying to close this gap. And I'm gonna allow this to air dry, as I said, and then I'm gonna get ready for my event, my function today. I'm just gonna push this back a little bit. I kind of want to exaggerate the push back. So when you want to do that, you can definitely just clean up this area. That's what I want. That's what I want. Alright, so we just have this cascaded. I tried my best with the back, but listen, it's harder to do on yourself. So I just try to do like free-handed swirls at the back. I'm not really so serious at the back as I am with the front, because the front is what really frames the face. So it's of utmost importance for the back can just do anyway, it really matter, as long as it have some curve. Alright, so one is, if you notice, one is folded back and then out, and the other one is folded back, and I don't even know what that is. One is folded back, one is folded out. How is my hair?
It's like a dream come true. A dream come true.